And there you go. Symbio Joe throws some coin into the chat, and we're live! Amazing how that happens. Hello, everyone, and welcome to my just finished dinner. See, this is why I was late. That probably grosses people out. I'll get that out of here. We're literally sitting here. Because, like, I wanted the guys to know that I was, like, you know, almost ready. And, talking about who owes who Warp Spiders and who owes who Phoenix Lords, and how Shane and Kajan are being very kind and generous souls and being like, oh, you know, we were just joking about you both have to give us Warp Spiders. You don't both have to give us Warp Spiders. And I'm like, well, Will said he was going to give you both something, so I got to give you both something. And then, bam, CBO Joe laying it down in the chat with a super chat. So now I definitely have to send you both something. No question. This is Work in Progress Wednesday, our bi-weekly Wednesday hobby stream where we talk about random stream stuff and work on things. And I am delighted to be joined by my co-hosts, Kajan. Want to say hello, Kajan?
Hi, everyone.
Hello. Hailing from Germany, I should say, and hailing from somewhere near DC, but not that close to DC, Shane, otherwise known as VoicesOnSilent. Welcome, Shane. Want to say good evening?
Good evening, everybody.
All right. Brother Pink, let us know how our levels are. I think I fixed them. And Kajan did remind me that he warned me that our levels were shit a while ago, and I just decided to not do anything about it.
Well, you told me you would be doing something about it.
Well, I think I did something about it. It looks like we're at the same level in OBS. I was a little more peaky, but maybe I'll bring that down. I don't know. Yeah. So
I like Mr. Pink, but I don't know if I'm ready to love again.
Thanks, Dwarfinage. I guess you're not taking me up on my offer to bunk with me at Adepticon, eh?
You know, I saw that offer and I was like, when is Adepticon, actually?
March. It's March.
You still get tickets?
Yes. You can probably still get badges.
Mm.
And apparently Will is paying to come to my sculpting session. I feel weird about that.
I'm half tempted to see if I can somehow swing and come, if that room is available still.
Well, it probably is.
If I hit the lottery, I'm coming as well.
What's that?
If I hit the lottery, I'm coming as well.
You're a good man. And thorough. Let's see. Where do I register? For some reason, my first 3 sessions booked up immediately. And then the 4th one no one wants, probably because it's like, they slotted me in like 9 to 11 p.m. So it's like the after dark sculpting session. So things are going to get a little Slaneshi, I promise you. All right, now I got to make a weird...
stay up late anyways.
I don't know if I can... All right. I got to make up a weird attendee name so I can check if this is still available. What's my first name?
George.
George.
Foreman.
Where is it? Let's do this. George Foreman. No, we're gonna go with this. Foreman. His email address is George Shabadoo. There's 2 B's in Shabadoo. At Hotmail, because he's one of those guys. .com. His mobile telephone number is 347-618-2739. If that's your phone number, I owe you Warp Spiders. Attendee will call. Yep, George Foreman's going to pick it up there. Okay, sure. I agree. Next. Badge. Yeah, I want a badge. There you go. $65 for a badge to get in.
That's not too bad.
And let's see.
I might see if I could swing going.
Well, apparently I have a spare bedroom that no one wants to claim, so...
Well, I might just do that. So I will let you know. I'll have a discussion with the fiance tonight.
They put me down as... You don't suck at green stuff! Oh, there you go! Nobody wants this pariah of a session. Oh, God. Oh, my God. There's only 18 spots in it, I think. There's only 8 people who've signed up. It was supposed to be like people bring their stuff and we'll like work on them together, but I don't know that I explained that very well. Anyway, it was supposed to be more hands-on and less me just like randomly talking at people. But it's from the very appealing 9 p.m. to 11 p.m. So this, I should just call it Green Stuff After Dark. I think, was it Craig? Someone
Oh,
maintains
yes.
that it's because I called it Help Me Green Stuff Daddy that I've grossed people out because they're like, I don't know, homophobic or
I mean,
something.
it's not just Help Me Green Stuff Daddy, it's Help Me Green Stuff Daddy. That will be more hands-on.
Help me Green Stuff Daddy with your hands-on solutions. Yeah, I don't know. Okay, I'm gonna go out on a limb here. I probably shouldn't make this promise until I secure them, but I'm gonna try to make sure that everyone who comes to the Green Stuff After Dark, full Slaneshi content, Help Me Green Stuff Daddy session will get an authentic German silicone shaper that you can't buy anywhere else.
Ooh.
Now I just hope I can source them, because Hydra was trying to help me source them, and it seemed like the company that we bought them from doesn't make them anymore, maybe, or is out of stock.
no.
So I have a backup supply. And I'll bring like my favorite spoon tools that I bought from like an actual dental tools thing. And if you don't get a silicone shaper, you get one of the best spoon tools in the world. If you join the Help Me Green Stuff Daddy session, because but yeah, and apparently Ironbeak Mercenaries is going to be there. Tactical D-Bag Will is going to be there, so it's going to be all the cool people, all the cool kids are coming to this one. Definitely worth it. All right. Back to work. Shane,
Yes.
as we sometimes tell people that we come to them live from a room in Rick Priestley's either mansion or North American cottage, what room in Rick Priestley's North American cottage will we be coming to people from this week?
The sex dungeon.
Oh wow! Just went there, did you? Listen,
We had to go there eventually.
Oh my god. Okay, so I've long lost my Slaneshi content sign, but there was one. We are coming to you from Rick Priestley's Slaneshi dungeon. There we go. Where I definitely don't dox myself.
I would like to use this opportunity to
Talk about sexy
point
dungeons?
out that we just went from a sex dungeon to a Slaneshi sex dungeon.
Oh yeah, that's much worse.
Can I just say Slaneshi dungeon? I can't. Anyway, yeah, I didn't know that Rick had this grotto of debauchery, but at least the light's good. And maybe I can use some of these implements over here on the table for sculpting. We'll see.
They're very sticky.
So how has everyone's hobby week been?
Mine has been pretty good. I've been doing a lot of pinning tiny things and sticking them onto other things. Not a lot of sculpting. I'm kind of trying to get a lot of my projects to a point where like all I need to do is sculpt.
Yeah.
Like everything be like assembled that needs to be assembled before. And all like mold lines scraped away. So I've just been kind of going through like all my projects that I've kind of started and just kind of getting them all to that point.
Cool.
Yeah.
It's going okay.
Yeah, I haven't had any issues thus far. No accidental pins through pieces that you don't want the pins poking through.
Good.
Which like that's good because there's like a couple of situations where like if that happened, oh great, now I have to buy another $12 hand bit.
Oh. Well, I'm glad that it's gone more or less okay for you.
Yes.
Kajan, what have you been up to?
I haven't been doing that much. Sculpting hobbying. Was mostly preparing for a Warhammer Fantasy session that we are going to start next week. So
cool. That's nice.
It's hobby adjacent, at least for our hobby.
Well, that's good. Yeah. And I actually finished a model this week. I have taken some sexy pictures of it and some sexy video of it. I will be showing it soon, but it is my sneak Metal Gear Solid Lictor, the Mega Lictor, the Norn Emissary thing that I'm making for my buddy Josh. Yeah. So I was obsessing over it, and I still think that there's like random bits that I forgot to like fill in with green stuff, but I think I got them all. And yeah, I'm looking forward to sharing the finished product, complete with its like, what's the word I'm looking for? Marker for when it's like sneak under the box, and then its deployed state where it's actually jumping out of a Metal Gear Solid box. It'll be good.
So the marker is a box.
Yeah, the marker you'll see soon, but the marker is a upside down orange box from Metal Gear Solid with a little Tyranid tentacle snake. I thought I showed you guys.
Yeah, I recall seeing that on the Discord.
Yeah, so he was like, "Can you make me a Norn emissary? But I want it to be jumping out of a box like Metal Gear Solid because I think it's hilarious that people think that a Norn emissary can hide in anywhere." I'm like, "Yeah, I could do that." And then little did he know that I spoke to a friend of mine here in Toronto who does 3D printing because I did not want to sculpt a box. I'm not into that. And he 3D printed me like the exact Metal Gear Solid box, but he 3D printed me 2 of them so I can have one of them upright and the thing's like jumping out of it like my buddy asked, and the second one flipped over like the thing's still hiding under it. So I think that's a surprise. I don't think I told him that part.
Hopefully he doesn't watch the streams.
Hopefully, I don't think he does. And I've also been working on this big sexy bruiser right here.
Oh, yes.
Otherwise known as the Great Red Dragon, otherwise known as Shane's soon-to-be baby.
Yes.
This is a commission that I started for Shane a while ago, and Shane did the thing that you should never do to someone you're commissioning, which is say, "I'm in no rush. You can do it whenever."
True.
Your fault, not mine. So yeah, I've been I don't know. I was inspired to get back to this guy, and you know what? I was inspired to get back to this guy, and I was also inspired to go and look at the concept sketches that we got Roberto Cirillo to do for us. Holy damn, man! Like I already knew they were pretty cool, but damn.
The I just want to point out this commission has taken so long that the basing material we're using is now out of production.
Are you serious?
Yes.
No. No. Really?
Yeah.
Here's the basing material. I showed this on the other stream. I'm so worried I'm going to snap off these friggin' points, but I haven't yet. Saint Celestine. Oh, I still got to fix her hair. What was that?
I mean, if the wings break off, it just kind of adds.
No,
to the effect
not the
anyways.
wings. These little points on the like.
Oh.
That's a friggin' chaos crown. How does anyone think that that's like imperial?
I don't know. But again, point still stands even if it breaks off. It just adds to the effect.
Right. It's just like I should probably just cut a piece out of it to give more room.
Yeah.
I didn't know this is out of production. Cool. All right. Now it's a limited edition piece. So yeah, this is his big rock he's going to be standing on.
Well, so is he's got the Hierodule things on his back too, doesn't he?
Yep. These are from
that's also out of production.
These are original Forge World Hierodule ones that I chopped off one of my dominatrixes. I don't know if we've got any other out of production bits in there. Oh, yeah, so that's what I've been up to hobby-wise. And like, man, people keep asking me to like continue my How to Sculpt Tyranids videos. And like, I didn't know people were that into them, but apparently they are. So that's fun. That makes me happy.
I mean, it's what brought me to your attention. So
no, but I mean like
you and me, we wouldn't know each other if you hadn't done those videos.
Well, that's another good thing then. But I mean, there was like the original sculpting videos I did, and then I did a more recent series that was specifically how to sculpt Tyranids. And like Mausoleum was editing those for me. So that was the more recent stuff that I need to get back to.
I would just like to say that brass etching is a nightmare material to work with.
God, I still have to get you those brass etchings.
And if it didn't look so cool, I would never use it again.
What's so nightmarish about it?
Well, it's fine if you just are gluing it to something flat. If you're
Yeah.
not gluing it to something flat, it is an absolute nightmare to
Oh,
get
like
it
you
to,
want it to like stand above and you need to like pin it or something?
No, like if you want it to if you want like a flat piece of brass etching to go like on something curved.
Oh god, okay.
Yeah, it's like, you know, they constantly tout it to put it on things like Space Marine shoulder pads, and I'm like, I would never in my life ever do that. That sounds horrific. It was troublesome enough to get it. I put a Inquisition symbol on this guy's shield that I'm working on, and just that was in and of itself, with just that slight bend to it, just an absolute nightmare. I think I went like through like three or four of those shields, just ruining them, trying to get it to fit properly.
Because it's really hard to bend it, or it's just hard to get the
Yeah,
exact right bend?
it's like, yeah, it's more or less, it's just kind of hard to get it to not bend but curve.
Oh,
Like it's
gotcha. Yeah, yeah.
either like you bend it at too sharp of an angle and then it doesn't look right,
Oh crap.
or then to get it to like curve around the structure is just, it's annoying. And I've read like people are like, oh yeah, just glue it at a point and then kind of burnish it with a tool to kind of like smooth it over the surface. And I tried that, and every time I did that, the piece just like broke off as I was trying to burnish it. Maybe I'm not doing it right. If anybody else out there has like a suggestion on an easier
Guaranteed
way to
there's some
do it, but
jewelers out there who know exactly how to do this.
yeah, probably.
Wait, Radon, are you also in one of my sessions? I can't remember. At Adepticon. So in case I didn't say, Symbio Joe, thanks for throwing a coin. It definitely worked. You got us going. Hello, Diana's here, Brother Pink's here, Radon's here. Oh, No Name's here. Man, No Name. One day I'm gonna find out how you did it. Got your no name. Brother Pink won't give me money. Yeah, I don't know if Brother Pink's ever given me money. Because he's my actual brother. Oh, yeah, Symbio. Your t-shirts, I didn't ship out your t-shirts because we had a postal strike, and that got me off my game. And I'm still blaming that, even though the postal strike has been over for a little while now. So I really need to get back on my shipping game. But if you want me to wait until I get the Primus from Adepticon, I can also do that. That'll be like April. But you tell me.
What is our feeling on the new Primus?
A good question. Let's do it. 1 sec. Pull it up. It's a good thing to talk about.
Before we start with that, I would like to address something Radon asked earlier in the chat.
Oh, about migraines?
Yeah, about a migraine.
Yeah.
Since you and me both suffer from migraines, figure it would be good to remind people of it. Both Mr. Pink and me swear by whatever version of triptan you have. It's really great for migraines, and usually it's expensive, but it's worth it.
Yeah, so I take rizatriptan. I don't know what the difference is between the different triptans, but it's like a specific migraine medication. I think we've talked about this on stream before, in case you missed it. It you take it when you feel like a migraine coming on, and it's supposed to like head it off before it ever like starts. So it's challenging because like you got to be like paying attention to your like signals and symptoms and whatever, and then when you're like, oh, I think I'm getting a migraine, that's when you got to take it. You can't like wait and be like, well, maybe this one's not going to be that bad. Like, I'll wait and see. Because once it starts, I don't know, Kajan. I think you can take it, but it's less effective or something.
The naratriptan I'm using, you can take when it has started, but yeah, it will only dull the pain. So the earlier you take it dulls the pain. It keeps the pain from going too severe. So it doesn't get worse from that point on, but it doesn't remove the pain you already have.
Yeah. And like the
so
side
you
effects,
want to take it as early as possible.
the side effects they told me was that like you're not supposed to like operate heavy machinery or something like that. And I do feel a little bit not woozy, but a little like floaty, a little spacey after I take it. So like if I'm gonna take one, I make sure that like if we're going somewhere Nora's down to drive. Do you have like side effects of it, Kajan, that you want to talk about, or that you feel?
Not really severe side effects. What I'm basically no side effects that I really
Good.
recall. And the main side effect is that it doesn't entirely work. I mean, as I said, it's like throwing a heavy blanket over the pain, and it's still there. So I'm still impaired from the migraine itself.
Yeah, it works very well for me, and I can kind of like just like get back to getting on with my day when I take
And
them.
Redon just said it might not work for him because he's driving a forklift for work. And in
Oh
that case,
yeah,
I absolutely would just heavy dose on paracetamol.
yeah. I don't know that you could
Um,
drive a forklift for work with this, but like it could work for you on days when you're not at work. But also, it could be that you get more migraines when you're at work. I feel like I get that sometimes. I'll be like at my day job. I'll get a headache and be like, oh man, this headache's terrible. I gotta go home. And I'll like go home, and then like within like I don't know, an hour, 2 hours of getting home, I'm just like feeling good again. So maybe I'm allergic to work. Maybe that's what I'm realizing here.
what I noticed for myself is that I'm not needing as many as many mats as I used to since I bought for a complete fluke, I bought one of those yellow light gaming glasses
Yes, I
you're
think you
supposed
mentioned
to work.
this.
Yeah, and those work really great when I feel I have a migraine coming on, like when I get the first couple symptoms. Sometimes when I put the glasses on, it completely stops the migraine from coming on.
Well, there you
So
go,
that
Radon.
works
There's something
really.
you could try. You could try getting it. I think they're called blue light filtering glasses or something, or
Yeah,
like
blue light filter
usually
glasses.
it's like yeah, for people who use a lot of like computer screens, because the blue light from the computer screen is supposed to mess with you. But you mean Kajan, even when like you're not using a computer, sometimes they help?
Yeah,
Great.
I've been like, for example, I've been out shopping, and I felt like one of the symptoms I'm having when I get a migraine is I get blurry vision.
Yes.
And usually and when I got home, I put on the glasses and just wore the glasses doing everyday stuff,
Yeah.
not in sitting in front of the computer or stuff like that,
Yeah.
and it helped.
Great. Well, there you
Um,
go.
so I'm I'm not sure they're helping for video gaming and stuff like that. Everything they advertise
Yeah.
for better sleep quality and stuff like that. I'm not convinced that's working, but I know it's working for my migraines.
Well, that's almost better. I feel like if I could choose between that and something that helps with headaches, I would always choose something that helps.
Yeah, and I didn't get the ones that are clear with the light blue hue. I didn't get those. I got the real yellow colored glasses.
Yeah.
So
Cool. Yeah, I had a friend who lent me his when we were working together, because we do a lot of screen, well, everyone does a lot of screen work. Oh, but the thing I was going to mention is that they're marketed as glasses that are supposed to help you when you're like using screens a lot because of the blue light from digital screens. But it is the case that like a lot of our lighting these days is LED lighting, and LED is not that good at replicating like yellow orange light that we're used to from incandescent bulbs, and that I think people have like proved is better for us. And a lot of LED lights tend to go more like blue and white. So it could be that even if you're not on the screens all day, like if you're driving a forklift, like wherever you're driving your forklift, it could be that there's a lot of like either fluorescent or like LED lights that might have that same kind of like bluish hue to them that you would get from a screen.
Over here, they are also sold for night driving. Like when you're driving at night,
Yeah.
they are supposed to help with the eye strain from driving during the night.
Nice. Yeah. There's your little migraine factoid from fellow migraine sufferers. Hopefully it helps. But I don't know that it resets your brain. Like, Radon, tell us more about that. Like, what you mean when you're like, get a migraine so bad it resets your brain. Like, it's so bad that it just goes away and you feel good again? You know what he means, Kajan? You ever have an experience like
No,
that?
I never had that experience. For me, it's usually I don't usually get tired, so I usually try to sleep it off. So
Yeah, me too. Agreed. And yeah, my the worst migraines I get, I just get sick. I like can't deal with bright
yeah,
lights and
nauseous. Yeah,
yeah,
that's
nausea. Yeah.
also a plus.
Yeah. All right.
So, sorry for
No,
the
that was good.
sidetrack.
No,
So
no, no.
let's.
I saw his comment and I wanted to respond to it, so I'm glad you brought it up. Anything else in the chat that we should hit before we talk about Primus Boy?
No, I think we can go to the Primus Boy.
Okay. So, does anyone want to say anything about the Rat Boy?
He's a
I
great
mean,
little rat boy.
yeah, I still like the new Scaven. So
Cool.
I do kind of like that his sculpt is kind of it kind of reminds me of like a retro model. Like it's a little bit like kind of got that like
Yeah, I see what you
almost
mean.
2D kind of pose. I kind of like it
I dig.
in that regard. And I like the little rat on his shoulder.
I didn't notice the rat on his shoulder. I'm terrible. Yeah, he's good. Like, he's a perfectly cromulent Skaven model. In fact, I'd go further to say he's not just cromulent, he's also tasty.
Mm-hmm.
So these two models are event exclusive models, so you need to go to like a Games Day or an Adepticon or something like that. I don't know what the other events are that and they sell them at events. LVO, yep. So alongside Ratty McRatface is Primus McPrimusface, Genestealer cult model. And the thing that I found pretty amazing is that this is the second exclusive Genestealer cult model that we've gotten, that we'll be getting this year. But the first one being the Biosigns Terminated, the definitely not Space Hulk, don't call it Space Hulk, limited edition store anniversary model that they also said don't call it limited edition. It might not be limited edition. We haven't made up our mind yet. Anyway, so we saw that one a few weeks ago, but this one dropped this week. The new version of the Genestealer Primus. I'm going to put new in quotation marks. Who wants to talk about this first?
I'll let Jane go first. I
Yeah.
just talked a lot.
I think it's I am very ambivalent to this model. It's a nice little update of a model that already exists, but it really does absolutely nothing different than the original model. It's
Yeah.
just kind of posed differently, and he's got the sword and the gun in the opposite hand. The
Is
pose
it? Oh
is a
yeah,
little different.
is it? Yeah, okay.
Oh, and I guess the claws on the opposite side too. Or sorry, is it
There's
the
something. The
yeah? The
claw,
arms
yeah,
are
the
just kind of
claw.
switched around.
Yeah, I think the claw was on the other side before.
Yeah, the claws and the gun and the sword are kind of switched around limb wise, but yeah, I mean, it's just like
Well, you said a redesign of a model. I wouldn't even call it a redesign. I just call it a repose.
Yeah, it's like a repose. I honestly wouldn't be surprised if they even used the like CAD file of the original model and just changed it a little bit and reposed it. I mean, it's fine, but like if I was like, I would be disappointed if I was more invested in like, an exclusive Genestealer model, that this was the exclusive Genestealer model we got. Like if this had been like the
Something you were
store
waiting
anniversary
for?
model, I would have been like, what the fuck? Like,
Oh, okay, gotcha.
but I mean, as it is, it's cool. I would not go out of my way to spend like the But yeah, I think it's a little lazy, I think.
My next
I
question
think
for you was: Are
they
you
could have done something
interested in buying the
cooler.
model?
I mean, if I do somehow end up going to Adepticon and I can get it at its normal convention price, yeah, sure, why not? But would I buy the aftermarket price of it, which is probably going to be like plus $20 over its, retail price? Nah, I wouldn't.
All right, Kajan, what do you think?
I'm not a fan of event exclusive models, so because
Because
people that can't go will
yeah,
not get it unless they have to pay a scalping price, and I would like to see companies going away from that and instead just putting, when one of these big events is going on, put it on a limited sale on your website
yeah,
so people can buy it there.
exactly. I agree.
I like that idea.
Um, that being said, I do like the model.
Nice.
I don't have. I assume from what I'm looking at that they really just mirrored the existing model in the 3D files. So
Yep, you're probably right.
um,
So one thing I will say, because I didn't see this picture, I don't know where this picture comes from, but apparently this model does have a second head option.
Got it. One
The
sec.
the head is kind of cool. The other
It's
head is
on
kind of cool, but is it cool
Instagram.
enough to get?
I
Is it
didn't see
cool
that
enough to
one
get the
yet.
whole model? No, I wouldn't say so. But again, I don't dislike the model. I'm just kind of like kind of indifferent. Like it's I wouldn't go out of my way to get it.
So the second head has been. Oh, I should have just pulled up this picture. The way better picture.
Oh, there you
Sorry.
go. Yeah, that head is actually pretty cool, and I
Yeah,
think it does add a lot more personality to the model. But
this has been described as the Bane head.
Ooh.
yeah, yes, the Bane mask.
Fire is rising, brother.
You're merely a knot in
Me
the
and Brother
hive.
Pink would do that to each other after we saw the movie.
So yeah, I do actually like the model more with that head, just because I think it just adds a little bit more differentiation between it and the original. But I don't know, it's just meh. I think it would if it had been like a cool new repose of, say, the Gene
Yeah.
Stealer cult model that needs a repose, the Patriarch.
Yeah. But that would have been a big boy to have for the event exclusive. But that would be awesome. That I would be excited about. Yeah, a
Yeah,
patriarch that isn't like curled up in a Gene Stealer sigil ball punch thing. Kajan, do you want me to get you one at Adepticon?
No, that's going to be necessary.
Okay.
I don't have I don't have an active Gene Stealer cult army, so
Okay.
I definitely would prefer this one over the actual one. But
Oh, that is a good point. I would say this one is a better model than the stock Primus.
oh yeah, it does look like it's gotten a little bit of a glow up. The proportions look a little bit better. I mean, it's definitely a better, like if I had to choose between the two, I would definitely choose this one. But
Yeah.
I wish this was just a plain update of that model and they just got rid of the old one and this is the new one instead of this being a
Yeah.
convention exclusive. It just kind of seems like
maybe that's what they're actually
So
going to
this
do.
is what I
That's
was
why they
wondering.
are saying it's not
maybe
entirely exclusive.
that would be nice if like they kind of started to change the event exclusives where like
Well,
the event exclusives are just like, oh, get the model before it's available for normal retail type situation.
yeah, although I'm sure people
Yeah,
get
or
mad about that.
the
But
Yeah,
like we'll
that's
get
true.
mad at anything. Um
Right.
well, like I kind of joked about it before when I was talking about the definitely not Space Hulk, don't call it Space Hulk Gene Stealer. In that I was saying like it's not exclusive, don't call it exclusive, because they put a little asterisk on that one and they said like these models may be released later. Like they're limited now, but they might not be limited forever, sort of thing.
Okay.
And it was weird to see that on that Gene Stealer, and I assume that's because that
Yeah.
Gene Stealer has been pulled out of the Space Hulk box that's going to be released sometime soon, mark my words. And
Yep.
It's just been pulled out of that Space Hulk box, and they found a way to like cut it out and like sell it separate. And then when the Space Hulk box comes out, it's going to be like part of that kit. And I wondered why they didn't do that with this one, because like I didn't see a ampersand whatever, not ampersand, sorry, asterisk on this one to say that same thing. Because like you say, Shane, and I think I talked about this with Brother Pink, the existing Primus is box locked in the Brood Coven. Why would they create a new Primus model and then only sell it as an event exclusive miniature when they need to get the Primus character out of that box locked Brood Coven, unless they just want to keep selling Brood Coven.
Yeah.
So I agree with you guys. I think that this model is like, I joked that the Skaven was a perfectly cromulent Skaven. This is a perfectly cromulent model.
Yeah.
By Simpson's definition of the term. Not exciting, fine, it works. It is better than the old one. Good point, Shane. Very good point. But I'm probably going to get it because I'm going to an event.
Yeah.
If
Like I
someone
said, I would
offer,
buy it if it was retail.
Yeah. Like, and I am open to like sending them to, like, I can't do this to everyone, but like you folks, because I owe some event exclusive model karma to the universe, as the lovely Ironbeak Mercenaries got me the event exclusive Kroot last year from Adeptic.
You know, it's kind of interesting. If they were going to do a new edition of Space Hulk, I would have thought they would have done it last year, because
Yeah.
last year was the 25th anniversary.
Agreed. They probably don't even know.
Yeah,
I
that's
think
true.
we follow this stuff and they do not.
Yeah.
Or it could have been that they
But
were thinking
I
about
won't
it.
complain. I'd love to see Space Hulk come back again.
I would be shocked if they didn't do it. Like, if they release
Yeah.
Close Combat Terminators and then they don't do Space Hulk, I'm going to be like, guys, what do you...
Right. Yeah, that's kind of how I feel about it. And then they'll probably sell the minis separately as like a new Gene Stealer box, like a new like special, probably like a. I don't
Well,
know. Aren't there like special Gene Stealers in the Gene Stealer Cult Codex? You know, people who play the game actually, tell
I
me.
don't have the Gene Stealer Call Codex. I don't know. So technically, this Gene Stealer is a special Gene Stealer because it has the old Gene Stealer style box. The Overkill, I'll call it the Overkill Gene Stealer style box. Back.
Mhm. Yeah, like I'd like to see a whole box of those.
I think we're going to get it. I think that's going to be Space Hulk.
That's the ideal Gene Stealer look to me. I think that the back heat vent ridges thing is just very iconic. I wish that the updated ones re-included them. Even if they just had like on the new Gene Stealers have had that style of back. Just as an option. But
Hey, I did that option for you. You can find it in my video
That's
on
true.
how to sculpt genes or how to convert the new Gene Stealer kit. Plug. No, seriously, I sculpt one like this. It's not hard. I leave the back vents, or the back, like, what are they called? Ridges? Not.
They're heat vents, I think.
Oh no, I'm not talking about the ribby bits. I'm talking about the standy uppy bits. Sport chimneys?
Oh, I don't know what they are. The sport chimneys, I guess.
Listen, when I made my how to sculpt Tyranid video on vents, talking about the things in the thing's arm, the heat vents, people were really mad because they thought I meant that I was going to sculpt. They weren't really mad. They were a little bit mad because they thought I was going to show them how to sculpt the sticky uppy bits. So now I got to make a video on the sticky uppy bits. As Kajan was showing someone on the Discord the other day how to make them.
Well, it sounds like they need to take Tyranid biology classes.
I don't even know what they're called. Yeah, so
I would have to look it up. It has a Latin name, and I'm not going to try to pronounce it. No.
Oh, you want to put it in the chat, in the YouTube chat, because I actually have that one open. If you're able.
One second.
Thanks. Yeah, so in my video, I show you how to do this if you want to do this. It's not too complicated in that I just go along and I chop out every second one of those standy-uppy things on the back, and I move one of them further forward, close to the head, and then I sculpt in the ridging and the spaces left, and not too challenging.
You are too modest.
No one's going to go and watch the video if I'm like, yo, it's really hard. You're going to have to watch the video like 13 times. Who's going to go for that? Honestly, it's not that hard.
I love these claws. They're so good.
See.
They're
This is a
so
nice
grabby.
model. This is a much better model, I'd say.
I'm very excited to see the finished product.
All right. I'm gonna go take a spin through the chat, see if we missed anything. Oh, No Name is Chad? Oh, I missed it. Forgot that No Name is
No,
Chad.
I think he was saying what your name should be for the
Oh,
random
for the thing.
testy
For the
thing.
fake
Yeah.
Adepticon check. Okay, right.
Yeah. No, we will never know No Name's name. In fact, No Name never tell us your name because then it'll
I
ruin.
think No Name told us their name once.
Okay, we all forgot.
Oh
So
yeah, okay, yeah, because like
don't say it again.
okay, so we were totally off the chat because we had Chad, we had Roy McCoy, John Everyman, Warwick Spider. What is Warwick Spider a reference to, Brother Pink? Tom Wilson says we should have made our name Hello. Oh, Mausoleum might be able to make it. Oh, No Name said they might attend the late night session. I don't know how you're going to register without a name. Hey! See what I did there? Oh my god, there's a lot in chat. So slow.
Man, I want to go. I gotta see if I can figure it out. Because I feel like a plane ticket's not going to be that expensive. How far is the...
Listen. You're the guy who wanted to drive to Canada for like 12 hours or something each way.
No, it's only like 8 hours away, I think. I think I mapped it.
No, but now you're going to
Where
fly
you
to
are in
Milwaukee?
Toronto. It's only about 8 hours.
All right. Well,
I mean, I think it'd be cheaper to drive, like
I
gas
think
wise.
yeah, but I think your time would be better spent on flying than 16 hours of driving.
Yeah, but I'd save money on both a flight and a rental car. Like, I don't know,
Your call.
and not have to deal with the annoyance of I don't know. I've been in enough planes for the past, with my last job that like I hate spending time in
Oh.
airports where I don't need to.
Okay, I see.
So I
That's
don't know.
different from me. I don't have to fly that often. Yeah, well, now you got another year to think about it, because apparently we've pushed off the great gathering of the stream hosts until 2026. I'm trying to work on Hydra. I don't have high hopes, but I'm trying to work on Hydra. I was like, dude, 2026, can you come to Canada? He's like, I don't even know what I'm doing then. I'm like, you know that you're coming to Canada. Plan for it. I like Brother Pink's suggestion that I should bring my own projects to my green stuff sculpting session and get my students to help me finish them. That would be awesome. But I don't think people would pay to do that. I think I have to pay them to do that. And he says they will be the daddies. The green stuff daddies helping me. Mausoleum, I've also been wanting to go to Adepticon since late 2019. I was planning to go in 2020. It didn't happen.
I wonder if I could. Now I'm getting plans.
Diana says, I don't think not liking guys calling themselves daddy is homophobic so much as a dislike of being infantilized or talking about yourself in the third person. Yeah, I literally just made up the name for that session because Adepticon's like, come up with fun session names for your sessions. I'm like, challenge accepted. I think I might have gone a little too far with that one.
Or not far enough.
Unfortunately, Tom cannot make it because flying to America is expensive. I understand that, Tom. Oh, Brett is listening while he packs all his shit to move. Happy move, Brett. Moving is one of the most stressful things you can do in your life, along with getting married and getting a new job, I think they say. So I hope it goes smoothly for you. I hope there's no trouble and that it's easy to pack and easy to get going and that you are very happy in your new space.
Yes.
Oh no, Bargay said I accidentally sawed into my finger talking about hobby tools going into the wrong place. That is not good, buddy. I'm sorry.
Oh no, I didn't see that comment.
And apparently,
I'm sorry.
Symbio said blood for the blood god, and Barga said, ha, I said that. That's what you gotta do when you cut your finger.
I've cut the same spot on my thumb doing hobby stuff 3 times.
Well, it's because it's the spot on your left thumb that's immediately opposite your right thumb in the blade.
Yep. That's exactly right.
All right, squeamish warning. Everyone's talking about, like, slicing up their hands now. Tom Wilson, I've only sawed my fingernail once. Lost count of the amount of times I've sliced or stabbed myself with the hobby knife, though. Yep. That's all of us. Vargas has got a very good hobby saw, so it's clean cut. That's good. Brother Pink, no, I'm pretty sure Josh doesn't listen to the stream. Josh has never commented on the stream, so I don't know. Oh yeah, and the Godhind clippers will serve you well, Bargeist. But the thing with Godhand is that you can't cut big stuff with them. You gotta cut very fine things. So I've got some like big
I got the
ugly
cheaper
clippers.
pair of God hands recently.
Yeah, me too. Wait, no, I had the cheap, like these ones, the blue ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had the blue ones to begin with, and I thought that I was like hot king shit, like with my awesome Godhand clippers. And then I realized I only paid like 20 bucks or 30 bucks for these. Then went into the store, decided that I should try to upgrade to one that came with its own protective case. It's really cool. When it's like those cards that you would get when you were a kid, you know, you open them up and they play some music. When you actually pull the clippers out of this, it goes. See how nice that is?
Oh, I think maybe there's a noise happening that's not picking up on the mic.
Oh shit, it's not picking up? It looks like it's getting picked up on YouTube. I think Discord's saving you from it.
Maybe.
Okay, I'll go a little lower. Oh. So I didn't realize that I didn't have the good God hands. Because these ones are just like normal clippers that are good. They got that like, I don't know what that's called, but it like clicks a bit there. These ones are the single-sided blade, where it's like, got a blade on this side, it's flat on this side, and then it just pushes against that, and does a really sexy cut. But these ones are like 50 bucks or something, versus the $20 ones. And then there's the more expensive ones, which are like 80 or 90 bucks, but I'm not cool enough to mess with those yet.
I feel like those are kind of overkill for our hobby.
Well, you know, if you're a fancy man and you just want to like do fancy cuts.
Yeah, I think they're more for like gunpla, because you want to have, because a lot of people don't paint their gunpla, so it's like they want to make sure that those nubbins are
right. I didn't think about the not
invisible.
Painting angle. Okay. Where the heck are we? Oh, I was going through the chat. What did Symbio... Oh, wait, I gave Symbio link powers. Did he send? I shouldn't put this up on screen. Oh, well, here we go. Oh, I don't know if these are right, Symbio. I'll talk to you later. Also don't know what that says. The plastic, the sheen on the plastic looks wrong, but we can... God, what a nerd am I that I can look at this picture and be like, no, it's not right. It's too sharp.
The sheen of the plastic is not correct.
I've seen that sharp silicone point before, and I think they're usually like the cheapo Amazon ones. Unless you've bought these, Symbio. Tell me if you've bought these. You didn't comment. I'd like to know if you actually have bought these and you've tried them out. I would love to hear your impressions of them. Because off the bat, they don't look quite right to me, but maybe I'm wrong. All right. So when I went both sides of the piece, clip, I don't do the rest. God, I'm so far behind. Oh, good work, No Name. No Name says we have 11 watching and 3 likes. Please take a moment and smash the like button. Good work, No Name. What are we currently at? What are our likes at? Current viewers, 11. Wait, where do I see the likes? I don't even know. Oh, 7. We've only got 7 likes. Smash that like button. Blee, blee, blee. Can't go to work. Oh my god, so much chat.
You look very talkative today.
Mausoleum's making me feel better by saying, don't feel bad about taking time to send a package. I've been sitting on a package for you for what, a year? Mausoleum, did that package I sent you ever show up? I don't think you live there anymore, but maybe you've got tabs on it, because I think that thing's just lost in the warp. Oh, good night, Symbio. Missed that. Painting. Oh, he's painting his Jump Pack Hive Tyrant. I love me a Jump Pack Hive Tyrant. I love Jump Pack Hive Tyrants so much more than Winged Hive Tyrants. Winged Hive Tyrants bore me. Put a Jump Pack on it, I'm in. So Symbio probably didn't hear me ask about that silicone shaper, so I'll have to follow up with him later and see if it's good. Aspirin nap. Yep. Brother Pink is asking if Canadian cigarettes do anything to help for migraines. Kajan, have you ever tried using cannabis?
Yeah.
Sorry.
No.
Let me make that more. Have you ever tried using cannabis for your migraines?
No, I haven't.
Oh, okay. I have, and I don't think that it's like, I don't know. What I tend to do is that, like, I'll get like bad migraines and like less bad migraines. And I feel like when I have a less bad migraine, I'm more like, well, you know, I can experiment. I can try like cannabis and see if it helps. Because it's legal here in Canada, so, and we've got a dispensary around the corner. So that's easy for me. But yeah, I haven't had like a magic bullet moment with cannabis and migraines where I've been like, you gods, I feel so much better immediately. But I have tried it because like CBD, like cannabidiol, is supposed to help with pain and stuff like that. But I don't know. Kajan?
It helps with other conditions I'm having, but
Yeah.
I haven't tried. I mean, it helps with to some degree with depression and stuff like that. But can't say it works for migraines for me at least. Quite the opposite, actually.
Oh, it makes it worse?
I've been known to get headaches from taking.
That's not good.
But that's also when I was still smoking this stuff.
Yeah. Is it legal in Germany yet?
It's sort of legal right now.
Well, you have
at
to
the
be part of the
moment,
club or whatever?
You don't have to be at a club. They increased the allowed amount you can have, so you can plant. You can have 3 plants at your home, so you can grow it yourself, or you can join a club that's it's allowing it to grow them. But we also have the new government coming in next month, and the party that's slated to be majority party is already basically promising to revert all of it. So
God
we'll see.
damn. People get into the 21st century. Is this Tante Angela's party?
Yes. Well, it's all conservatives. But I don't really want to get into that one because the stuff was happening yesterday, and I'm not going to be very positive about that right now.
Okay. Yeah, well, we got our own nonsense happening here. My provincial leader just said that despite having like a year and a half or more left in his term, that he needs a new mandate to deal with Donald Trump. No one knows why he needs a new mandate, because he's got like a majority, or like, I don't know if he has a super majority, but he might as well. Like, he can pass anything he wants. He's like, we need to go to the polls again for a whole bunch of stupid reasons. So that's pissing me off.
In Germany, we had our last government coalition blew up
Olaf?
because they couldn't agree on the budget. So and the Liberal Party blew up the Liberal Party are basically trolls anyway. So they've been abusing their position. Like a 5% party, they barely make it in, but they are needed to get the majority, and they totally abusing that power and to basically troll everybody.
Gross.
And Olaf, the SPD just kicked them out of the coalition because they wouldn't agree to anything.
Yeah.
The other 2 parties could agree on it. They wouldn't agree to anything because they are ultra capitalist and stuff like that. So they wouldn't agree to stuff. And so we are getting early elections. So we're instead of the usually election cycle, we're right now in a like a hyper aggressive cycle where they had to fit in the like one year campaigns into 2 months.
Well, you guys have
So
year-long
we're
campaigns? Our campaigns are always, like, when I watch the American campaigns, I can't believe it. Campaigns in Canada are usually like 2 to 3 months maximum.
No, it's usually the last year where they are starting to position themselves, trying to grab headlines and really sell you on the idea that you have something have some kind of influence, which you don't.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's about a year's worth of time. But since they are having to have early elections now. We're going a different route, and the route is grab every headline you can grab.
Yeah.
And for this purpose, our neo-Nazi party has gotten the support of Elon Musk.
Oh god, I heard about that.
Then we had the terror attack of some mentally ill Syrian guy that attacked some people with a kitchen knife in a park, and injured or killed children, and this is being now hyper used to justify an agenda against foreigners and asylum seekers. And we had this the Syria situation where we had a lot of Syrian refugees, and Merkel's party was basically like, since they are losing voters to our neo-Nazi party, the AfD, their neo-Nazi party, they have actually politicians that are certified by court that they are
certified by court. Only in Germany can a court certify you as a Nazi. That's amazing.
Well,
sad
people
but
called
amazing.
him a Nazi. He was upset about that, so he went to court, took them to court
And he failed.
for libel.
Like, no, you are a Nazi.
Miserably, and he's a fascist.
Oh, amazing. Good work, Germany.
His name is Höcke, and he has a youth party that's calling themselves the Höcke Jugend.
Oh, that sounds weird.
And, yeah, no. We had 2 days ago, one of the AfD politicians dropped out of their party to avoid bad publicity to the party because he attacked someone with a knife.
The politician attacked someone with a knife?
Yeah, the politician attacked someone with a knife.
Oh my lord.
Apparently over a disagreement with some foreigner. So I don't know what
sorry.
that's about.
You said you didn't want to talk about this, and then we started talking about it.
Yeah, you guys have been talking about this for 10 minutes.
All right. How the heck did we get here?
That's a good question.
Yeah, it's the current times.
Oh wait, my camera just died. 1 second. Well, I'm not doing anything on it anyway. Hold on. Let's take this as a segue. Though I do want to get through comments.
I had something to comment on.
Please.
Hobby-wise.
Tell us more.
For anybody like me who loves the Inc28 community, 28 Mag just released their Kickstart where they are compiling the entirety of 28 Mag into like a physical volume, and our resident Hydra is featured in it. So go check that out. It's $60 for the whole book. They've only got one pledge level, and you can read it, of course, for free on their website still. But I've already pledged. I like to support their work because I think they've done they've been a really big component in getting Inc28 into the forefront of people's minds, I think, in the hobby space. So
I'm so glad you brought this up. Thank you. I'm only a little bit jealous that Hydra's article made it in and mine didn't. I wrote one article for 28 Mag about sculpting, but whatever, it's fine. Yeah, I actually got to see the flats, like the proofs for the physical version of it when I was in at Vesterian, because of course Dave Taylor was there, and he was going over them with like a number of the collaborators, because like the Wire brothers are involved, and like Bill Ford is involved, and they were all at Vesterian. So yeah, I got to see like not an actual bound physical copy of it, but I got to see like the pages for it, and it looks amazing. Like, it's very well done, and I love that the goal was 35,000, and they've like almost tripled that. That's pretty
Oh yeah,
sick.
I knew it was going to bust through that goal as soon as I saw that was what the goal was. I was like, yeah, well, that I hope that they're prepared to be printing a lot more than they were probably anticipating.
Well, it's
'cause-
Dave. Like he's done. This is not his first book. He did like, oh, I have a sticker here. Oh, my camera's off. The Art of Dave Taylor sticker. I'll show it later. But yeah. Here are some examples of like the kind of articles and like page spreads that are in there. They got like, okay, I think John Blanche is like overhyped, but they got actual John Blanche to like do an original cover for them for the magazine, which is pretty sick. Although I'm a little pissed because it was supposed to be Martin doing the cover for the Martin McCoy, and he did this amazing piece lately, and I'm like, what's that for? He's like, it was supposed to be for the cover of 28 Mag. Then some weird young upstart named John Blanche showed up and decided to do the cover. So yeah, it's too bad that Martin's piece is not getting there, because Martin's piece is gorgeous. So I hope there's like a home for
I'm sure
that
it'll
in the
be
future.
featured, probably.
Yeah. Yeah, so got distracted by sculpting. Yeah, I'm really glad you brought this up, because this is cool. If you've never heard of 28 Mag before, it's basically like independent White Dwarf. It's like what White Dwarf, I don't know if White Dwarf ever was this cool, but like when White Dwarf was like cool and wanted to feature cool, weird stuff from the community, that's what this is. And very high production value. They do it for free. I guess they might have a Patreon, but
They
it
do.
must.
They have a shop too.
Yeah, because they do such good work, and they feature stuff from all these different artists, and this is the only time they've ever done a physical version of it. So it's going to collect articles from the first 6 volumes. Yeah, it's going to be a big book. Oh wait, is there stretch
Crazy
goals?
that they already have 6 volumes.
Stretch goal, 2 ribbon bookmarks, and the appropriate black. Very good. Second stretch goal will be to use spot varnish on the cover. Cool. 70,000. Oh, so I have it in Canadian. I don't know if they've reached 70,000 yet. We will be able to pay the contributors whose work appears in 28 Collected. That's good. Until this project, 28 Magazine has been a completely volunteer effort with 28 Team 28 contributions. Blah, 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 blah. That's cool.
Let's just pray that GW doesn't suddenly decide that they want to be like they used to be again.
What do you mean?
I don't know. In the heyday of Games Workshop's,
You talking about like legal
anybody that
action
says
against
the
these
word
guys?
space. Huh?
You talking about legal action against 28 Mag?
Yeah.
Okay, listen.
I don't think GW nowadays is gonna do it, but if this was like back in the day where they sued that one Amazon writer over the word
Yeah.
Space Marine,
I think wait.
this would never happen.
Okay, so first of all, if Games Workshop ever declares like legal shit against 28 Mag, I'm going to like Nottingham with a sledgehammer. Like, I'm gonna break some shit.
I agree.
That is not okay. Like, I'm gonna get some folks together, and we're gonna picket outside Games Workshop. They're gonna kiss my butt. Because like, yeah, if you're not gonna support this part of the community, you don't get to shut other people down for supporting it. Like, this is so far from GWIP.
Right.
And I'm actually pissed about that, because I was talking to Dave, and I was like, hey, like, there's a lot of really cool content that was created for Vesterian. Could we like take any of that and make it into a publication? He's like, I'm worried about Games Workshop. I'm like, what? Really? Goddamn stupid game. He was worried about them taking
I feel
some.
like if it was a free publication, it would be okay.
Well, no, I wanted to do a print thing.
Yeah. Well, that probably won't happen.
So yeah, this is cool. Here's all the contributors. And okay, this is the team that makes it. And then yeah, and then these are the people who contributed. So like Andy Chambers contributed an article. That's pretty cool. There's Curtis. Oh man, I didn't recognize Curtis for a second. What else we got? We got lots of cool people here. Isaac Tobin's got an article in there. John Blanche. I don't know a lot of these people, but they're cool. What? And there's Hydra with his cool beanie hat or bowler hat. There's Trish Carden, who sculpted a lot of like dragons back in the day. Thomas Birinen, the Finnish dude who's I think created Mordheim, right? Anyway, yeah, so check it out. It's on Kickstarter until when? 12 days to go.
I think it's like, yeah, like it's got like a little while for you to pledge to it.
Yeah, so I'm going to be pledging. I'm trying to do no spend January, so I can't actually buy it in January. I'm going to wait till February, but then I'm going to pledge it. That's super cool. Thank you for bringing that up, Shane.
Yep.
I mean, you only have to wait 2 more days, so.
Yeah.
Right. What was that, Shane?
I mean, it's like a early birthday present for me. It's my birthday's on the 1st.
Nice. All right. Here's the thing that I wanted to... Wait, no. Damn it. There's too much cool shit going on.
Yep.
In case you didn't know, something big dropped today. And that would be... Oh, it used to be my, like, first up thing here. Astartes 2! Not really. A teaser for Astartes 2 dropped today. So, if you don't know Astartes... I guess it's not on... Is it not on YouTube anymore? Games Workshop doesn't even have it on their own YouTube.
It's not on their YouTube. It's on
it's on the creator.
The Sayama. It's on his channel.
I posted the links in the Discord for everyone. Back then.
This is just the teaser trailer for the second Astartes. It is like Space Marines can go straight to hell, but these ones get to live. Like this is like, it's so hot. It's so good. And they said on their website that this is not actually like they said something weird. They're like, the clips you're seeing in this video are not actually going to be in Astartes 2. They're just flashbacks to like former lives of the Marines that will be in Astartes. And if you understand why they have these former lives and they're going to be in Astartes, look at the last frame of the trailer, which is this picture here with the Terminator, which clearly has an Inquisition symbol on its head. Which, what does that tell us?
Oh, not Grey Knights, Death Watch.
That's right, Death Watch. So why, like when you watch the trailer, there's a whole bunch of different chapters shown. Like there's Size of the Emperor. I got really excited. I think Size of the Emperor are cool.
The Size of the Emperor look cool as hell.
Yeah, and there's like Sons of Medusa. There might be Doom Legion in there. It's a bunch of weird. There's like cool Blood Angels doing crazy stuff. So I think what's going to happen is that Astartes 2 is going to be about a Death Watch squad, and they're going to be pulled from all these different chapters that you see in the teaser trailer, and that's why we've got the Terminator with the Inquisitor logo on it. So that's what I'm calling it. But it's not coming until 2026. Like,
yeah, I mean the animation for the original Astartes took I think his name's Sayama. That guy, it took him a long time to complete it.
You'd think he has like a team now or something. He's working with Games Workshop.
Yeah, you think so.
Anyway,
it's just... it also sounds like he doesn't work there anymore.
What? Well, he was involved with the secret level.
At the same time as he dropped this trailer on his channel, he dropped a second trailer where he also has footage from Astartes 1 and other Space Marine projects. Like you see some Nurgle, some Papa Nurgle that's rampaging through a city. For example, in that, and in that one, he asks for people to help to support him on Patreon so that he can bring new stuff. So, to me, it sounds like he doesn't. He's trying to branch off on his own. You can check. Posted the link in the chat.
What is this? Oh, okay.
The second one, the second link I posted in a.
Okay, got it.
And that trailer actually has Grey Knights in it.
Yeah.
So that indicates to me that there's probably going to be Grey Knights at some point.
Yeah, there are a bunch of other stuff he is teasing. In that one is also just a minute long, and he is
So he
basically developing his own IP project. It's in the description here.
so he might not
You
be
have
with
on
Games
screen
Workshop
right now.
anymore. Shit.
Yeah.
God. Like, okay, listen, I was gonna say that like only Games Workshop can like mete out like animations and like TV shows as slow as they do and have the us ravening fanboys stick with them. Like this would not fly for any other company, but now be used to share both original and professional works. No, I think this just sounds like he's got his own thing on the side.
Yeah, but wasn't it that Games Workshop doesn't allow that kind of stuff?
Well,
Well,
he
they
could
might have come to an agreement with him.
listen. When Astartes drops on the same day of Angels of Death, and it completely obliterates the Angels of Death video with how cool it is, I think this guy's allowed to make up his own rules. But like, good on him for having the cojones to like not give in to Games Workshop being like, you need to give us everything and thank us for the pleasure.
Yeah, I'm sure he came to some kind of agreement.
God, I hope so.
I'd be-
I hope he's
I'd be
doing
shocked
okay
if-
because
But
he's
you
cool.
should definitely watch the other thing, because there are more there are more teaser scenes in there. So
Okay,
It looks
well, I'll
like,
watch this.
from what I saw, it looks like he may have been the animation team that did the episode of Secret Level.
No,
Yeah.
he's one name amongst many on that, and
but
he's
Well, his stuff
it
is featured in that video.
In that video. Yeah, let's
okay.
change that.
Well, I don't know.
It's
Like,
in that video.
I tried to do some sleuthing, and I saw like someone had like his posting for like what his job was, at God, I can't remember what they're called. The name of the company that did the Secret Level thing, and it was like it was some term, and I sent it to my buddy who does animation, and he's like, well, that he basically told me that that's not the person like directing the whole piece. That's someone like working on like some parts of the animation, but not a lead. So it sounded like he might not have been lead on the project that he did for Secret Level, but
Yeah, it says he was the layout artist.
yes. So I asked my buddy about layout artists, and he said that like, hold on, because I got a buddy who's worked in like animation for a decade. He's pretty successful. He's worked on pieces that you know about, not dork pieces, but like Little Prince and stuff like that. He said layout artist
Outside
has to place and move the camera based on what the storyboard or director wants, the framing of the background and character. The layout
I will be
artist
right back,
helps
by the
set
way.
up camera and objects that need to be placed in the scene for animation to work in. Pretty much a background and camera artist. But that was like an old, I think that was from 2023. Yeah, he said he was a layout artist at Blur Studio from August 2022 to January 2023. But maybe he got promoted. I don't friggin' know. We don't know anything. We're just making shit up. Yo, Tomb King Tristan. Okay. Yes. So go check out Astartes trailer because it's really cool, and then go check out Digital Bones because that's Siama Peterson's own thing that he's doing now. 796 subscribers. Oh, the one thing I wanted to note is that like I was looking up Astartes 2 on Games Workshop's YouTube. It's got 1.4 million views in 14 hours. Do you want to guess what their other most viewed video that I could see in like the last like 4 months was? It was like the Return to Cadia CG thing. And it had 330,000 views. So like Astartes clearly is still obliterating all of Games Workshop's original content that isn't made by Siama. So good work, buddy. You're destroying it. Oh look, now it's playing. It's pretty sweet. Go check it out. Okay, the thing that I wanted to bitch about was something that I found out about today. Changes to Armies on Parade. So I love Armies on Parade. I think it's cool. I could never win a Golden Demon because I'm not that good of a painter, and I don't want to spend the time required to be that good of a painter. But I really like the idea of like creating themed armies, because I feel like it's a different kind of work to spread that theme across a whole army and really translate it. So I love Armies on Parade. I like discovered it in 2017, I think, because like, or 2016, I think, because Brother Pink kicked me in the ass and was like, you should do this. So I did it. I loved it. And then I did, that was my Homunculus Coven Force. And then I went and did my Genestealer Cult Force, which won Inner Circle, which was like this weird sort of Armies on Parade thing run by Games Workshop US. Did that. Yeah. And yeah, I really like it. And I like the idea of like creating like a whole display diorama for a bunch of miniatures, and the way that you can communicate like a theme. This year, or last year, I did my Tyranid Breaching Pod and entered that in the local Armies on Parade in Toronto, and I got gold. And then I had never entered it in like the international Armies on Parade. So I tried entering it in that, and I didn't even get a mention. But it was a cool project, and I wanted to do Armies on Parade again some year. But it's just getting a little lame. Like, oh, sorry, I shouldn't use that word. It's getting a little crap. Because, first of all, it used to be that you had to build displays for your miniatures. They've done away with that, and now, like, the display category is, like, one category within Armies on Parade. And most of the other categories are just, like, paint a bunch of miniatures and, like, put them on a table. And I understand that for making it more accessible to more people, but it also feels a little bit like watering down what it is. If you're going to have an army painting competition, I don't know. I was like, maybe that should be an outgrowth of White Dwarf, or of, sorry, not White Dwarf, of Golden Demon, but whatever. The most recent change is that when you look at, this is what I've got up on screen here is the rules for Armies on Parade. It's like the FAQ actually on their website, like the Citadel Color website. Here are the frequently asked questions, blah, 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 blah. And then the part that I saw today that was sad making was, which Warhammer game system could my entry come from? So in this, it talks about like you can use any Warhammer game system, Old World, Middle Earth, all that, blah, blah, blah. You're free to make and use conversions to want to combine Acolyte hybrids with Cadian shock troops. All good. You can use components from different wargame systems where appropriate, such as incorporating Necromunda's Zune and Mortalis terrain into your Warhammer 40k display board. I did that. Or using Sylvaneth parts from Warhammer Age of Sigmar to customize your Wood Elf army for Warhammer. The Old World. However, you can't mix the actual settings. We can't have a Norn emissary on parade alongside Lord Croak, and Cetra the Imperishable can't march into battle with Lionel Johnson. Parts from and components from miniature sets in the 41st Millennium and Age of Darkness may not be combined with those set in Mortal Realms, World of Legend, or Blood Bowl. What does it say about Lord of the Rings? Because, yeah, so this is the thing that's been the case ever since they first got the Lord of the Rings IP, where you can only use Lord of the Rings for Lord of the Rings. You can't combine them. Yeah. An entry found to combine Middle-earth strategy battle game miniatures, scenery, or components with those from other Warhammer game systems will be disqualified. That, I'm pretty sure someone made it through with that in the past. But this is the thing that like really pisses me off. They're like, yeah, you can do conversions, but it sounds like they give the example of like full completed miniatures, like a Norn Emissary and Lord Croak hanging out together. But it's just kind of crappy that they've got all this cool stuff in Age of Sigmar, and if you want to bring that to like 40k, you're disqualified. Like that's no good. Like there was this guy, I think he's called Black Chapel or something. God, I can't remember. He's this amazing, he's Irish, he's living in Toronto, tattoo artist. He did a board that I posted some pictures of a whole bunch of different Xenos individual characters within one big army. It was like a giant, I think it was a Tau army, where they had all these Xenos allies. And a pile of those miniatures came from Age of Sigmar, and they were beautiful. Like they're really cool fantasy miniatures. I found out about this because someone posted about it on Blue Sky, and when he posted about Blue Sky, he said like RIP the idea of ever doing a Exodite force for Eldar using all the cool dinosaurs that they have for Lizardmen in Age of Sigmar. They're not called Lizardmen. Seraphon? Seraphon. So it's just like I kind of got it when back in the mid 2000s when Games Workshop first got the rights to Lord of the Rings, and they were like, you can't use Lord of the Rings characters for your Golden Demon entries because of IP and nonsense, whatever. I got that. But this is like Games Workshop being like, yeah, this one part of our IP, you can't use that with the other part of our IP. Why? Like, it's dumb. It's so dumb. And it kills what mojo I had for Armies on Parade just by feeling like they're trying to put us in more and more of a box. And I feel like soon it's just going to be like, yeah, you can't have conversions. You just have to like take the models, build them out of the box, paint them as stock because we want to use pictures of your models to sell our crap. So anyway, I wanted to share this with you guys and see what you thought about these rules, saying that only fantasy can be used with fantasy and only future can be used with future.
Real quick, I actually got to get going. Got an emergency situation, but
Oh,
I'll
shit,
just have
sorry.
my input real quick. This is absolute horrific bullshit, and Games Workshop is dead. So
whoa, there we go. Done.
Yeah, this
Mic
is
drop.
literally a justification for everything I've been saying about Games Workshop animosity towards conversions and if we are so degenerated to the point that the creative side of the hobby is now unable to convert with the freedom that their creative minds need to express their ideas, then we are no longer a hobby company anymore. It's no longer a hobby company anymore. This is the most trash decision I've ever seen Games Workshop make in probably at least a decade. They should be ashamed for putting this out. They should be absolutely ashamed.
Coming out swinging.
This is completely antithetical to Warhammer as a hobby. This is trash, and whoever came up with this idea is also trash. So fuck you, GW. I'll keep making my models. I'll keep combining your bits with miniatures from other fucking companies and posting it all over Instagram and tagging Warhammer community while I do it. So fuck you.
Okay, there we go.
And with that, I gotta get going.
All right, thanks, buddy.
Thanks for having me on the stream.
Thanks, dude. Thanks for making the time. Sorry for your emergency. Hope it's okay.
Yeah, I mean, it's not a big deal. It's just a
all right,
child being unruly.
Oh, yeah, okay. I got you.
Yeah, so, alrighty. Talk to you guys later.
All right, talk to you later, Shane.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Kajan, you want to follow that up?
It's hard to follow that up.
I was going to say.
I mean, he said pretty much everything I was thinking. I pretty much agree with him on that. This is bullshit, and Tom Wilson just said mic drop. Yeah, that absolutely mic drop situation. Yeah, I see the business side of this decision. I mean, I've went to business school. I know why they do. I can see why they're doing it. But no.
What do you think? Tell me. Wait, because like, I feel like I know some things, but I can't see why they're doing it. Tell me why. Like, devil's advocate. If you had to like go like business level, what do you think?
Business devil advocate. I'm seeing people kit bashing miniatures that I can't sell to people.
Yes,
I can't use those amazing looking pictures to run an ad campaign with it. I can't put it on my Instagram to advertise my shit because I can't sit there and spend 40 minutes explaining to you how to do this amazing stuff.
Okay, that's a good point.
Our shit doesn't look that amazing.
the 40-minute explain to you how to do, I get.
The Exodite army for the Elder is a great idea. It's a great idea for the hobby, for hobbyists, and I suggest everybody that wants to do it will do it. There are great models for that. The problem from Games Workshop point of view is, yeah, they're selling more kits of it, but they're also having customers come to them and ask them, why don't you sell this kit?
Well, but couldn't they just be like, yes, we do sell this kit. In fact, go over there, buy that box, go over there, buy that other box from the other side of the store, and then put them together, and you're selling 2 kits instead of selling 1.
Yeah, but they can't do that. That's something they would have to educate people in their stores in how to do that.
We have to educate people. We don't want to do that. We don't want to educate anyone.
Yeah, it's money. It's basically it comes down to money, to Games Workshop crunching the number and saying, okay, if we do that, we have to educate Joe Smo we hired to sit in Timbuktu Games Workshop store, and we have to teach him how this was done. So when a customer comes in, he can explain to the customer how the customer can do this. Okay. And when they're doing their painting sessions in the store, which they have their crafting sessions in the store, which they have, and you have to have someone on hand that can basically do what you are going to do on Adepticon and teach people how to sculpt.
Yeah.
And all that costs money to teach people. They can't just hire someone from the street to man a counter. They have to find artistically minded people that actually can sculpt this shit. So okay. from the business, the devil in the devil, not just devil advocates, the devil of the business. The problem is, from the business side, it's just not feasible. From the hobby side, it would be nice if they encourage that. They would still do the White Dwarf we used to have in the 90s, where they would be having a series that's teaching you how to kit bash and how you can make your own models from scrap pieces, and you make your own orc terrain from card boxes and lollipop sticks and what have you. That would be the perfect world, but they're not doing that. They're okay. Not going to do that, and that's
good point. Shane said most of it with the fuck you, Games Workshop, you're trash. I'm gonna take a slightly different bent on it. I've been meaning to make this video forever, and I never did. So much so that I got this thing that's on the screen, this Your Hammer design, was done by Bits of Box, who's the best. Every time I go to Bits of Box, I'm like, hey, I've got a crazy idea. He has time for my bullshit. So I made these last Christmas. I think I sent these to like my Patreons in their Christmas cards. And I think didn't I send you some, Kajan? I think I sent everyone.
I believe so.
Yeah, in the Christmas cards I sent you guys, I put these in there. And the idea for this is that I wanted this to like support a video that I wanted to make, but I just didn't get the chance to make the video. It's like I have these deep thought videos that I do where it's like thinking and talking about hobby and creativity and stuff, and I don't know how people really like them, but this is what I want to do. And the idea behind this Your Hammer, it started off with I wanted a sticker or something that said, don't let Games Workshop tell you how to play with your toys. Because that's what this all is. Like, these are our toys, these are our action figures. Sure, they make them, but we get to decide what we do with them. We get to decide how we play with them. And this is the thing that I hate about this shitty read on Armies on Parade, this shitty idea to change the rules so that you can't combine fantasy with future, is Games Workshop trying to tell you how to play with your toys. And Games Workshop trying to constrain your creativity. Trying to tell you, no, you can't make that art. You got to make art that's more like this. And I think it's trash. Yeah, because like conversion,
they can't sell it off.
people come
They
to me
can't
and they're
sell
like,
that out.
I make a conversion. They're like, that's cool, but what rules are you going to use for it? I'm like, I don't know. It looks like a Norn emissary. I'm going to play it as a Norn emissary. Oh, but it's a little tall. Oh, it's a little wide. Oh, it's not exactly. I'm like, I don't care. Like, I'm just going to make the rules fit the cool shit that I created. And that's kind of like the spirit of this, that you should come up with cool things that you want to make and you should make them. And it doesn't not give a shit what Games Workshop thinks or what the rules think. It's unfortunate if you want to participate in Armies on Parade, and I still suffer from Games Workshop notice me senpai syndrome. I haven't been able to shake it. I've been trying hard, but I haven't been able to shake it yet. What?
I'm too unimportant, so
no, but I mean, just like
around to fall.
The dream of like having your miniatures in White Dwarf, like that's what I mean by like Games Workshop notice me senpai syndrome, like that kind of stuff. And like I've had like a couple of miniatures featured on like their hangout and paint stream things that they used to do, maybe still do. I've had miniatures featured in White Dwarf, like in the front section, but I'm always like, oh, but I want more, and like I just need to kick that shit, because this community is where the creativity is happening. I'm glad Shane mentioned the Ink 28, sorry, not Ink 28, 28 mag and the Kickstarter earlier, because that is where the creativity is happening, in the Ink 28 community and the greater community. Like that magazine was created for the Ink 28 community, but it's branched out way beyond that. Like Hydra's in there because he writes an article about developing your own games. And I think it's this article about non-combat tabletop, where him and his son literally went out and made a game about apple picking because he wanted to be able to play Warhammer with his kid, but he didn't want to tell his kid that you're shooting that guy in the head and you're stabbing that guy in the face because he's a kid. So this is the real community, and Games Workshop is like so far behind what they used to be. Like they used to be cool. They used to put cool shit in White Dwarf. They used to teach us stuff. They used to celebrate other like people in the community. But what I see in these Armies on Parade bullshit rules is they're just tightening the box around what they consider to be cool art. And I get it. They're a company. They want to sell some shit. It's not in their best interest to support and make sure that creative art thrives. They just want people to buy their shit. So I guess
it's not even I don't think they consider it art anymore.
No, it's product.
I don't think they see it as art. It's a product, and that's why they're doing this.
Yeah,
and Diana said in chat, she thinks it's just they don't want parents suing them when their kids injure themselves cutting models, etc.
That could well be it. Like there was that interview on Painting Phase 1,000 years ago that I keep wanting to refer to, where that really awesome Games Workshop product designer came on and explained that he's like, I can't give X-Acto blades to a 12-year-old, to a 9-year-old or something, so I have to make this Games Workshop seam ripper scraper thing instead because it's safe. So yeah, there is that. Like definitely, Diana.
And we have Rio joining us from Japan, and he said, "Hello, hello from Japan, by the way, Mr. Pink. Glad to catch your stream."
Wait, Rio, do I know you? Are you the dude from Wheels and Wings? Or are you just a random dude from Japan who don't know each other? But my brother was here from Japan, from coming in from Sapporo earlier, so let us know what part of Japan you're hanging out in. And I used to, oh shit, it's Ryusuke. Is it Ryusuke? Is that? Oh, sweet. Okay, yeah, I know Rio. I met him in Toronto before he had to move to Japan for some family stuff. Yeah, from Wheels and Wings. Wheels and Wings, who I plug on the stream regularly because they're super generous and awesome. He painted a shit hot. Wait, what is it? It's Harbor something. Oh, Ryosuke? He's got an Instagram. It's something to do with Harbor because it's his Japanese family name. No, that's not it. The Inner Harbor Works. I can't remember what. Ryosuke Okutsu. Here we go. Here's, check out the chat. This is Ryosuke's Instagram, and you're gonna like his Hive Tyrant. I can tell you right now. So check that out. So Ryosuke's saying it's an overall dumbing down of everything. It's disappointing how many people beyond wanting their money back make claims, leave bad reviews, damage the brand over something not working out. You can't airbrush Vallejo unthinned out of the bottle in your 15 psi Amazon airbrush. You need to thin. It's not always 1-to-1. Hobby's ethos of trying stuff out, figuring stuff out, etc. is stuff manufacturers don't want to touch. There you go. Yeah. The community can go nuts. The company stays away from it, unfortunately. Yeah, that's a good point. Like, we can experiment with all kinds of stuff that Games Workshop doesn't want to go anywhere near. Yeah. Here's the Hive Tyrant. Anyway, so that's my Your Hammer rant. And maybe I actually started writing a script for it. Maybe I should go and try and pursue it into an, because I literally made all these stickers so I could be like, hey, like this video, support me on Patreon, I'm gonna give you these stickers. Then I just wound up giving the stickers to people who are already my patrons. Yeah, it's got all kinds of, got like an old world O in it. I don't know. What do people in the chat think about this? Although people may have already been saying.
Tom Wilson is excited about the Hammer.
Yeah, Tom Wilson's got some, I think.
I absolutely agree that the hobby should be what you make out of it. So
yeah,
don't. I agree. Don't let people tell you what you should be doing with your toys, and I probably wouldn't be still, or rather, again in the hobby if I wouldn't be doing the sculpting work and stuff like that. So,
Joshua Smith asked for the reference for the article. Did you already post it, Kajan? No.
No.
Okay, I just posted it. Yeah, the reference is the FAQ on the Armies on Parade website. It's not technically the rules, but they're communicating the rules in FAQ form. Yeah, it's weird that they Rio says if they don't want to touch it, they shouldn't chime in on it either. Let the community do it. I don't know why they put this in here, because they could just as easily let people make stuff that combines these bits, and then that person just never wins. But maybe they had someone do it to a high standard.
Yeah, that's where the whole thing about marketing comes in, because they want to use those amazing looking Armies of Parade as glam shots for their marketing.
But I haven't seen them do that yet.
I mean, just because maybe because they're too diverse, they're still too modified, and they also can't come out. Yeah, you can enter, but you will never win. They can't. That's also not the stance they can have. So their way to get around that is to say, if you want to enter this competition, it needs to be stock models.
I think that's what they're working towards.
Yeah, that's also with the whole push fit monopose nonsense, which I'm not a fan of, where they're removing details because it's extra expenditure of materials and work, and they're selling you kits that you probably won't be using. And with you, I mean the average Joe, not people that use it for hobby. But for us, for our community, it's a death nail. It's all these rules that say you can't proxy your models anymore. You can't convert your models with more than 30% of the model being non-stock. You can't do this. You can't do that. That's the death of our niche of the hobby. At least as far as I am concerned. I mean, we are still going to have people that will do this hobby because we got in at an earlier date. But I'm not seeing how this has a future, because if I would be coming in today and store those rules, I wouldn't be looking at kit bash options. I mean, maybe you see some cool conversion somewhere and you look at it and yeah, it looks amazing, but you can't do anything with it other than as a display model on your shelf.
Tom Wilson says, I'm surprised they haven't banned green stuff. You thought it was going to be bad when Games Workshop tried to litigate against 28 Mag? Ban green stuff? Oh man, I don't know what I would do. I would go and get a shitload of green stuff, and I would go to my Games Workshop in the middle. I probably shouldn't be saying this on the internet, but I would do something interesting with green stuff to show my displeasure. And I make sure I do it at night so it's good and set by the time they were out. Okay, I want to go back through some chat stuff. So you said pragmatic structures. Pragmatic structures was the thing that you found that was what I'm talking about.
Yeah, that's what the slits are called. There's also the sphericals,
Sphericals, yeah.
Yeah. That's also what it could possibly be, but it's probably most likely thematical structure.
Oh, they plug entrances with their... Oh, this is different. This is like that there's this I don't know, there's some kind of wombat or burrowing mammal that has a really hard ass. So it goes into its burrow head first, and its butt sticking out, and its butt's really hard. So it uses its butt to kind of block the entrance. I don't know if that's the word we want for those structures on Tyranids, but whatever. With that. Okay, hold on. I don't want to get sidetracked. Diana, head cold. Sorry, you're dealing with a head cold, Diana. God, I'm going way too far. Oh, Mall Ninja was here. Hey, Mall Ninja. Okay, I'm going too far. So No Name says you don't need a car in Toronto if you don't mind walking a few blocks. Their public transit system is awesome. No Name, I should go and get Nora right now so she can tell you what she thinks about our awesome public transit system, which keeps fucking breaking. We have these super cold days, and we have all these signal problems with our subway, and you gotta walk a few blocks because the subway's not working. It's been bad recently. I've been biking in the winter just because it's so bad. No, I bike in the winter anyway. Mausoleum, I can't believe you've moved over 40 times in your life. That's a lot, man. I guess it's not even a thing for you anymore. You're just like, yep, it's another Tuesday. Kajan, I want to get a link to those fine electric clippers that are rated to cut iron wire. That sounds good.
I mean, there are a lot of them. For fine electronics. That's where the God Hand are coming from. Their fine electronic kits.
Oh, I didn't realize. Okay.
And those snips, most of them are only rated for copper. That's why you need to pay attention which hardness they can cut. But there are definitely fine electronic cutters.
Okay.
For wire cutters for
iron.
For rated for iron, for hardness of iron. And those are the ones you want for hobby.
Okay,
and
gotcha.
So you don't need to pay $50 or something like that for.
Okay, all right, good tip. Mausoleum says that these rules still allow kit bashing, just limited in scope. I'm gonna say this is a slippery slope. I'm gonna say they start limiting kit bashing, and then they're gonna wind up banning it and going to what Kajan was saying, where it's you could only, or someone else was saying, where you could only do unconverted models. Wait, I wanted to go to this. Tom Wilson's comment. I love this. Maybe Games Workshop got the wrong end of the stick from last year's AI controversy over the Exodite Golden Demon. That guy made that it was a pretty cool model, but it was just very white and gray. There wasn't a lot of variance in the color. He made an Exodite, Eldar Exodite, riding a dinosaur on over this kind of stream with a jungle background behind it, and it was this much controversy in the hobby community because he painted the model real nice, but his like whatever two-dimensional background that was just some jungle shit. He said he uses AI to create it. And I didn't have a problem with that, but I had a problem with this guy going on like the painting phase and saying that if you get mad about his model, it's because you're a virgin or some shit like that. I actually messaged the guy on Instagram. I'm like, dude, that's kind of laddish. This is like a British thing. I hope I'm using this right. Tom, Diana, am I using it right? It was a bit laddish thing to say by calling people virgins because they disagree with you. Basically a dick move. A big swinging jock bully asshole dick move. Man, I'm just really going for like getting this thing demonetized for swear words. But yeah, I didn't have a problem with like him using AI to generate a background because who cares? He painted a model and put it in front of it. And people probably go on like Google all the time and like just Google images and put them in the background of their miniatures. But I think that's hilarious that Tom says Games Workshop's like, oh my god, this was so controversial. We need to make a rule that stops people from using dinos in 40K. It's like, no, Games Workshop, that's not what we were pissed about. But anyway. Diana, I think they want to make it easier for staff to disqualify people who they think, oh, have 3D printed or used off-brand models. That's really interesting.
Oh, that's also a good
I
argument.
think they want to make it easier for staff to disqualify people who they think have 3D printed or used off-brand models. That's really interesting. I guess you could still use off-brand 3D printed stuff as long as it's within this. I don't know. I don't understand how it would be easier to spot that when you stop people from crossing the streams, like the fantasy and the futuristic stream. Because like you can go and find a Norn emissary that looks exactly like a Norn emissary, but it's been like photocopied by Io Butov, probably, who hates doing it, but that's all people want him to do. And you could print that out and you could enter that in like a normal Tyranid army and they wouldn't even know. So I don't know how disallowing the crossing of streams makes it easier to spot that kind of stuff. Tom Wilson, no comment on your next comment. Oh, damn. Mausoleum says, I hate nothing more than moving. I guess, yeah, it either gets easier or it gets friggin' tiring after doing it that long. All right, apparently I used laddish right. Scouse. All right, I probably need to call this, but thank you for listening to my rant. Kajan, thank you for putting up with the rant. I'm glad to hear your opinion on all this stuff as well. And yeah, that's the moral of the story, kids. Your hammer, your toys, your way. Do whatever the heck you want. That's the story, and I'm sticking to it. Thank you for joining us for the stream. I hope you have good hobby. I hope you have good life in general. I hope you stay warm. Pretty cold in Toronto today. And thank you all for joining. Thank you, Yo, Diana, Tom, Jacob, Tristan was here earlier. All people, Mall Ninja, Joshua, Brother Pink was here. He's long gone. Symbio Joe. I'm just doing the like Mr. Rogers thing. I see Tomb King Tristan, and I see No Name, and I see Radon 995, and I see Diana. Hope y'all have a lovely night. All right, I'm losing it. After tired comes stupid, as you Germans say. Kajan, thank you so much. I'll talk to you later, okay?
Yeah, my pleasure. Was my pleasure. And good night, everybody.
Good night. Bye.